If you're anything like me, you spent a good amount of time in the early 2000s pretending to be a rock god. Guitar Hero exploded onto the screen and straight into our heavy metal hearts back in 2005. And since then, it's become ingrained in gaming culture. Millions of us donning our plastic guitars, lining up our favourite songs, raising the horns high above our heads, and proceeding to wake up the rest of the house by playing our best tracks way too loud. It's fallen off the bandwagon a little bit since those mid-2000s glory days, now relegated to the annals of gaming history as something that was cool at the time, but not anymore. However, as esports have gone from strength to strength in recent years, and competitive gaming has exploded, particularly as the pandemic kept most of us inside, the time has come for the old to meet the new. So hear me out when I say, Guitar Hero should be an esport. The original Guitar Hero, and its sequel, the creatively named Guitar Hero 2, set the foundations. But Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock was where the series really hit its high note. And it's here where I found the inspiration for the next big thing on the esports scene. Proper, competitive, high-octane Guitar Hero battles. Guitar Hero 3, as well as featuring actual real-life rock gods like Guns N' Roses Slash, had the players facing off against these legendary shredders in one-on-one axe fights, during which not only did you have to attempt to hit all the notes on some incredibly technical riffs, you also had to worry about distractions that your opponent could throw at you to force you to mess up. This mechanic carried over into the battle game mode, where you could take on your mates in hard-fought musical gauntlets to decide the winner. It wasn't just about getting the most notes on the board like traditional competitive Guitar Hero, it was about destroying your opponent and their reputation in the process. A blood sport for true champions. From sabotaging one of your opponent's strings, forcing them to miss beats on that particular note, to forcing them to work their whammy bar, from causing their notes to blink haphazardly across the screen, to making all their notes double, or even increasing their difficulty for a particular section. All was fair in love and guitar warfare. Now, it's true that there are some fairly serious balance issues with these power-ups. Guitar Hero World Tour attempted to fix them a bit, but it wasn't massively successful. So there'd be a little work in making the system fair and fit for esports. Maybe each player has a limited number of uses for each power-up, rather than randomly getting them. And you'd have to take out the luck element of power-ups like Blackout and Broken String, which randomly makes it impossible to see or play notes of that colour. You'd also need to keep a regular influx of new songs and solos coming in to keep the game fresh, but I think it could work, with the right planning and players behind it. The master of rhythm games was huge at the time, attracting players in the millions, and players who had truly mastered the game amassed millions of views with their exploits. Imagine the crowds that would be drawn to watch the best Guitar Hero shredders in the world battle it out to the biggest songs of the year on the world stage. I mean, sure, you could argue it's a little past its peak, but Guitar Hero should be an esport, with a truly ridiculous skill ceiling and feats of incredible dexterity possible in the right hands. It might just be the revival tour this game needs to make the comeback it deserves. So, do I have you convinced? Or are you a rock god skeptic? And don't forget to let us know which games you think should be esports down in the comments.